Hi guys, Terry here. It is a beautiful fall day. The sun could be out, but the leaves are really starting to change, and it's getting cooler outside. So it's just beautiful out. But today I wanted to continue my series on the A to Z organization of your crafting supplies. And I thought we'd talk today about ephemera. So ephemera is collectible memorabilia, and I think in the scrapbooking world we refer to all the little doodads that we decorate our pages with. So I kind of wanted to go through, I have a whole laundry list here of items. I think this is one of the hardest items to organize in our craft room. I think this is the little stuff that starts taking over the craft area. So I've got some ideas, and hopefully it helps you organize those items in your room. Because, you know, the more organized you are, the more you can find things, the more you enjoy the craft. So I kind of went around my room and started grabbing the stuff that was the stuff that I think of as what we decorate our pages with. So sequins, buttons, brads, you know, shiny things. I also picked up like these little packs that you can get with sets of paper, and so I got all kinds of stuff to show you. So let me show you some ideas. What I found was when I had this stuff tucked away in drawers, because I didn't want the room to be you know, a disarray of things. I do like a clean craft room. Now, I know there's different styles. Some people are more like to have it out and about, but I do like to have it tucked away. I also like to have it in something that I can take with me when I go to crops. So I love these Iris 4x6. They're made for holding your photos and organizing photos, but I like to use them for my cardstock for cards, and then also for my ephemera. So for example, if you've got something like this and a little pack of buttons, this packaging takes up a lot of storage space. So what I like to do is take them out of this and just have them in a bucket of buttons that I can take with me and then use when I go scrapbooking. So I typically take it out of the packaging, cut these strings, and then put that, either leave it on the cardboard, or I do like to, it depends on if you know you want to use these 4 buttons together, but I've got so few buttons in here, I think that I can just, you know, have them just in here, and I probably would mix and match them with different buttons. But if your style is, you know, then keep them together. Just find a way to store all those in, you know, together. So that's probably what I would do, is put those buttons in there, and then likewise I've got these enamel dots. I have a package of them. I would say the other thing that happens too is when you go around the room and you start collecting these like items together, you start realizing how many of them that you have. So I think that goes a long way too on knowing, you know, you don't, next expo you go to, you don't need to pick these up, because you have probably more than you'll ever get to in one lifetime, right? So so that's how I have the enamel dots. And then like this, these shiny sequins, or I guess these are gems. These are gem stickers. Likewise, I would open this up, just because the packaging takes up so much of the spacing. And then I would just have this in my pack here of all my different colors. So that way it's taken up less storage, and I have it in a portable container to take with me so that I use it. And I love that about it. So another thing that I'll mention is let's talk about sequins. So if you haven't used shaker cards before, well, see, let me say this. Sequins can be used to just sprinkle across the card. It makes the card nice and that just final decoration on a card. But I tend to use sequins in shaker cards. So let me show you shaker cards. So this is a pack from Jelly Bean. You can also just cut the cardstock with your dies and then use foam tape, because the idea is that you're going to pop up something to dump that sequence into. So for example, here's a little, just notice how popped up it is. So you do that and you put the sequence in here, and then this is what's inside your card. So the person, and it's called a shaker card, so that sequence would be inside here. And that's used for just a fun way. It's just three-dimensional. It's really fun. There's all kinds of different sequins. There's flat ones. There's more like beads. There's little puffs. So lots of ways you can use sequins. A lot of things that it comes in. This one here came in a, I'm not even going to open that because I might spill it. But yeah, I've seen containers too that will hold all these little little bins, so those are cute too. I have stored a lot of my sequins in this another tackle box. So this here has got my sequins in it. I put some foam padding just to keep them from you know, so that they would stay in their sections. So what I would typically do is take a packaging of sequins, and instead of having all these little packages, I would have it inside my little tray here. Again, if you've got them all together, then you know what colors you need, and you know what you do have. You can reuse it. I've also got, you can see there's some stuff in here that's not sequin, and I would say that another item is these little brads. So we tend to collect them. They're cute. They come with all the different paper sets. So again, I might store them in a tackle box so that I can see what all I have. So here I've got little spiders, googly eyes. Who doesn't have bags of googly eyes? So just another way. Here's some birthday candles that came in a set for Stampin' Up. So instead of storing them in all these little containers, I probably would put them in here, and then that way when I look through here, I remember what I have. Here's another one that's little hearts and puppy dogs. This came from a recent Stampin' Up set. So that way I can either use these for something else or you know, recycle them, because I don't need to keep all the packaging. So love that idea. And then I have a stash of these where I pull these out, and when I'm looking for something and I know where they are. So I think another type of ephemera is these little either chipboard or paper pieces that you get with the paper packs. And what I would suggest with these is, once you've opened up the cardboard pack, because like these Jelly Bean pea pods, they come in a little cardboard thing. So I would suggest having some kind of little tray where you could sort the items and dig through and then use them. I use these in scrapbook layouts and on the card fronts. But if you have some kind of little tray, it's nice to be able to dump the pack out and sort through here to use them. And then when it comes to storing those, I would put those back into a plastic baggie, and then something like this, and then I have them all together in a shelf where I can use up the remaining pieces. So as far as shelves, let me take you over to where I have some shelving that I like to use. Oh, before I show the shelving, I wanted to show you one more item. It is amazing when you go through your room and start pulling together everything. This is made by Queen & Company. So they are just the most colorful. Their just stuff is so bright and cheery. So this is one of their paper packs. And like I said, the company's called Queen & Company. And their stuff is so bright. This is one of the cards that I made at one of the expos. I took one of their classes. And they just have such bright and colorful stuff. So these little pom-poms are also what I would consider something that you have to organize in your room. Sorry that this video is getting longer than my 4 to 6 minutes for this series, but I did want to show you these items. They've got these. This is for shaker cards too. But look at those little pieces of candy. So they've got ones with decorations on. These ones are just, and they call them toppings. So I just think they're the cutest. They come in these little containers. And then I've just got them together in another one of those little trays. I actually think this is one of the top lids from one of my things from scrapbook.com that holds my Nuvo drops. But yeah, I like this tray because I can put all my K & Company stuff together, and including the instructions. And it's just got their paper, the instructions, and all the little doodads that go with it. So I just think that's the cutest. So I'll have a link to K & Company because their stuff is just so colorful and fun to play with, both on cards and on layouts. So, okay, so let me show you the shelf now. So earlier I mentioned that I don't like to have the stuff out on display in the room. I do like to have stuff tucked away. But I made an exception in this case. I found this shelf, just a cute little wire shelf on Amazon. There you can see the side of it. But I thought this was just kind of an inspiring way to have the stuff on display, remember what I have, and just kind of take inspiration from it. So like I mentioned before, once I've used some of the ephemera and opened it up, I have it in little bags to keep the collection together. And then I have it stored in here so that I remember to use this stuff up. So I love this stand. Here I've got tags. I love to use tags on items, so I've got those up there. So I love that stand, and I'll have links to these items on my website. But another way would be to use these refrigerator trays. I love these little totes. So these are cute. I love the Jelly Bean stuff, so I have a lot of her product. So this is cute to have on display on a shelf, so that works well. And then if you've got other little totes that you like, or some kind of color theme in your room, use those items and have them on display so you can kind of flip through them and find some items that you're looking for, and use some of the items that you have around your house. So yeah, I think that if you have it on display and it brings you joy in having the items out, that works great. Otherwise, I suggest the totes so that you can take them with you when you travel. And I hope this gave you a lot of ideas for how to store that stuff that tends to clutter up our craft rooms. So have it out so you can use it, and have it in travel containers for taking with you. Bye, guys.